Right, I'm going to put a winter tree in this little scene. Painted already a sunset using some watercolours, and I've got some indigos, some permanent rose, some yellows, touch of reds. So that was in the sunset. And then I've just used some indigo and a little bit of permanent rose, a touch of ultramarine for some of these shadows, a little bit of wall. I'm going to put a little bit more on that tree. So, and this was a picture which I painted in acrylic. So it's a similar sort of view, but this is obviously in watercolour and with a sunset. I thought I'd see how it went. So the main thing that I wanted to show you was the tree. Painting a tree, a winter tree. I've got a few little bits and pieces ready. I've got a thin brush, I've got a rigger, I've got my palette knife, and I've also got this as well. I'm hoping that all these little bits and pieces we're going to use to paint this winter tree. So let's just go in and go for it, as we say. So I think I'm going to put it somewhere around about here. And just getting the main little body of the tree in. So these are some of maybe the bigger branches. To be careful about not getting it too massive. So I'm going to paint first of all some of the smaller, thicker branches with this brush. Then I'm going to swap brushes so that I get a different, thinner branch maybe. So I'm just sort of trying to figure out where its shape is that I want to do. Right, so I'm going to now flick over to the rigger using a similar colours. So the colours that I used was some more indigo, a bit of permanent rose. Indigo is a really strong sort of colour that you can use, a little bit of red. So I'm just touch my water to that. And holding the brush quite well back, I find that this can help. So this is just sort of thinking these little thin branches. Wonderful to paint winter trees. But you realise how many branches there are when you start. So I'll just, whoops a daisy. Just paint that one a bit lower down. Sometimes a brush can sort of flick back, but you can use that to your advantage. So it's starting to, hopefully starting to take shape. And then I'm going to just paint in a little bit more foliage, but I'm going to use the round of the brush, so sort of the barrel of it, and just a little bit more red into that. Sort of dragging it a little bit. A little bit more paint on. Starting to come together, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to just go into, I've just got a watercolour pencil, and it's Caranache, I think is how you pronounce it. I've just dipped it in some water because I can just get some sort of scratchier marks that sometimes are difficult with a brush. And it also will just take off a little bit of the watercolour, give it a little tiny bit more. Right, back with the rigger, a little bit more darker, the indigo and a bit of red. A few more finer branches in there. So you put the colour on before and it has faded quite a lot. So watercolour does reduce in tone when it dries. Right, and then I'm going to get a little bit of sponge and just dip this. That's into that darker mix. Just bringing that down a little bit over that snow. Touch more colour on the rigger. Nice little thin brush. So using different brushes and implements will give you different marks as well, which is quite good. I'm just going to get the palette knife and I'm just going to scratch off just a couple of little bits. Hopefully get a little bit of lighter. Right, so I think we're not far off having done the tree. And I'm going to do a little bit more into this wall and see how it all comes together. And there we have it, a winter tree and with a sunset on the North Yorkshire moors. And I hope you enjoyed just watching the winter tree come on. And here we are.